Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Llama and today I am bringing you 3 very simple gold making tips and tricks on how to make you a little bit more cash in WoW. So let's just dive straight in. So the first tip I have for you today guys is get yourself the add-on called Scrap. Now Scrap is like a lot of other add-ons in that it is an item selling add-on. But where Scrap differs from a lot of them is that a lot of add-ons will help you to instantly sell your grey items. However, with Scrap you can set it so that you can easily sell any given item that you would like. So let's say you're doing a farm that drops a lot of green items that aren't worth disenchanting and aren't worth selling as they are, and you just want to vendor them. You can set it up so that Scrap will auto vendor those items every time that you get them. As you can see me doing on the screen here, all you have to do is you have to just drag the item that you want to sell to the vendor every time over the Scrap button on the vendor UI interface. And then it's as simple as that. The next time you open the vendor, or any vendor, it will sell that item if you have it in your bag. And you also don't need to worry about selling things by mistake because it only ever sells 12 items at a time. So if something sells by mistake, you just go into your buyback and purchase it back. It's amazing how much extra gold you get from farms when you're vendoring the correct items, and you wouldn't believe also how more efficient it makes your farming, given that you can make yourself not fill your bags up with things like healing potions or scrolls of intellect and other outdated items that have no use other than a small amount of vendor gold. It's actually going to prove to be considerably quicker than if you were to just delete the item. Next up we have intermediate crafting. So intermediate crafting is something that often goes amiss simply because people will watch gold guides and they will watch them that teach them how to go and farm an item, getting you the base level material, or you will watch about crafting high-end items and what you can sell for good profit margins. What people rarely understand is that a lot of the time these crafts have an intermediate craft. So what you can see me doing here on the screen is I am turning cloth into bolts of cloth. This is my favourite intermediate craft. I could well just go on and sell the cloth, or I could make these into things like the bags that people commonly like to sell. However, on my realm the bag market is completely ruined, and while selling the cloths is excellent, every one of these cloths can be turned into bolts and at a great increase in the profit margin. People often just don't want to do this because it's quite time consuming, but you can just hit create all, leave it doing it for itself while you go make a cup of tea or go to the shop or anything like that, depending on how many you have. Things that I class as intermediate crafting are things like making the bolts with your cloths, turning ores into bars, prospecting ores into uncut gems, or doing your milling of herbs into pigments. That being said, of course, there is also the chance that other people are doing this on your realm. You do need to do all of your own assessments to realise where the gross profit is for your realm, whether it is with the base material that you can go out and farm, the end product, or with the intermediate craft. Personally, I do like these intermediate crafts as they are usually the least saturated market, and they also strike the happy balance between the profit margin and the sale rate compared to either way on the spectrum. Now last up we have understanding vendors and the vendors in-game that can make you a profit simply from purchasing something from a vendor to then use as a currency at another vendor, purchasing something from a vendor to sell on the auction house, or purchasing rare items from vendors. So this is often extremely easy to do, and it doesn't have quite the same yield as the other tips that have been mentioned so far. However, it is very easy to do, and it's going to be excellent for new players and for players starting their gold making on another realm. The example you see me doing here is buying the frozen orbs from the vendor in old Northrend version of Dalaran, then moving just around the corner to the frozen orb vendor and buying Eternals. On my realm, the Eternal Airs are market value of 200 gold, comparative to the value of 75 gold I had to pay for the orb. There are a lot of vendors in the game like this. I do stress that you should probably go and find some for yourself, but this is an excellent one to get you started. Please do, however, keep checking because, of course, while the vendor price of the frozen orbs is consistent, the price of the Eternals that you will get on the auction house is not. Do check your realm before buying the frozen orbs. And that's it for this short and sweet video guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please do consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate it, it does mean an awful lot. And also, if you do have any questions on any of these tips, then please do leave it down in the comments below. I do read all of the comments and I get back to you just as soon as I can. But for now, guys, have a great time. Thanks for watching. See ya.